Good Monday morning, everybody. It is the Monday after Mother's Day, and we're back out here on the farm project to do a little more work for the owner. So he was really liking this pine tree gone, and after I got that gone, he got some ideas about some more trees he wanted gone. So hopefully this round goes a little bit better than the pine tree we took down. Luckily, we got very lucky with that no harm, no foul. Luckily, the trees we're taking down today aren't quite as big, I don't believe, and they're not pines, they're gums. So let's take a look at what we got. All right, so here's the owner's little Takeuchi. This is a TB235-2, so it's a 3.5 ton, about an 8,000 pound machine. And the owner lets me use this down here when I need it. And he wants to get rid of all the gum trees in this little garden planter right here. So he's got a magnolia there, some pines. We're gonna take this pine out too, because it's not gonna survive with that bigger one right there. But all these gums, there's most of this in here is gum. Now this little water oak is gonna stay here, that willow oak is gonna stay, but those gums gotta go. Gum, all that's going. That's a gum tree. All that in there is gum trees. So all this has gotta go. So what I wanna do is take the mini, and to keep these from growing back, I'm gonna drop them, and then I don't know if I'll get to this today, but I'm gonna have to come back and get the stumps out of the ground, because these gum trees, you can cut them down and they will grow literally right back. So if I were to mulch that tree down flush to the ground, what would happen would be like about 4 or 5 more gum trees would grow out of the stump like branches almost. So it's kind of like a hydra, you know, or you cut one head off and 3 more or 5 more grows in its place. So I'm gonna try to take this one down first, and I can push them all back this way, because most of all that back there is gum, so they can fall that way. We just can't fall them this way because we got a fence. So that's the goal. And then I'm gonna kind of drag them back this way, and then I've got Big Munchie over there, and we'll take Big Munch and just grind all this up. So let's get started. All right, so that's one tree down. I probably should have cut my back a little bit more, but once I started to see it kind of go, I didn't want to cut it too much because I'm by myself. So I figured the machine would just push it over, and if I needed to cut a little more, I'd just cut a little more. So, alrighty, let's drag this out of here and get it on the plow. Not my best, but it'll do. All right, so I tried a little experiment with that tree to see if I could just dig around 3 sides of it and then just use the leverage to push it over. Didn't work. This machine just doesn't have enough strength, power to really get down in there and break those roots and then have enough power to push that tree over. So instead of having to try to fight these stumps out of the ground at a later date, I'm going to suggest to the owner that we just grind them. Whereas that was like over 20 minutes of me digging and got nowhere with that stump, where a stump grinder, you know, a decent stump grinder would take care of that in 10 minutes or less. And if you grind that stump, with the gum trees, they won't grow back as long as you grind them down pretty good, and they don't go too deep like the pines. So that should work out pretty good, I think, and I think that'll be just a lot more economical and easier. So I'm about halfway done, at least. There's not a whole lot of bigger trees left to take down. I mean, there's a few left, but they're not very big. So let's just get the rest of them down and we'll see if we can get them ground up today. Boom. Alrighty folks, all the gum trees are down. Looks a lot different. So now my goal is to basically drag everything to the front up there and start grinding. That's pretty much it. So I got to put some go-go juice in the ASV, and I'm gonna sharpen the teeth really quick, and it's gonna be grind time. So hard work's done. Next part should be pretty easy, fingers crossed, and this will be done, other than dealing with the stumps and cleaning up a few little things in here. But you know, there's some things that he wants to save, like, you know, some of these, well, trying to save the oaks, trying to save some of these willows and stuff. That little oak right there, water oak and willow oak, water oak. I think that's a hickory. So we're trying to save as much of this as possible, the stuff that he wants, and the rest of it's going to be, he's going to plant with azaleas. So it's going to need a little work, you know, to clean it up a little more, but the big stuff's gone. And if he wasn't worried about saving any of this stuff, I'd have come through here and just wrecked hell. But we're trying to save a few things in here, so just trying to be careful. All right, let's get this ground up. that's it. Just got the blower out and tried to get as much of that mulch out of the grass. It wasn't a whole lot, but that is that. The only thing left to do is to kind of just come through here, and there's going to be some fine tuning. We still have to grind the stumps and fine tune some more of this brush out of here. May do that with little Munchie, may do that with, he's got a little 36-inch brush cutter for his mini excavator, so may use that. I don't know, we'll see, but we'll get it done one way or the other. But this is a good start, getting all those gum trees out of there. So we've pretty much got the big stuff out, so looks good. I just ground up everything right here so there wouldn't be mulch everywhere, and then if he wants to get rid of this mulch, we can put the smooth edge bucket on the mini, scrape it up into a big pile, scoop it up with one of the tractors, and lose it somewhere else out here on this property. It's 150 or 70 acres or whatever. There's plenty of places. So all right, that's that. That turned out well. I gotta run, I'm late. I gotta go pick up the dog from daycare. That's about an hour drive from where I'm at, so I'm gonna grab my tripod and the chainsaw and we're gonna get out of here. So I'm gonna be back at the animal hospital tomorrow with little Munchie finishing that job, so stay tuned for that, and I will check you guys tomorrow. Bye everybody.